Well, blessed Wednesday, y'all. Today's September 28, 2022. Today's focus is on meaningless competition. We have Ecclesiastes 4 and 4, and remember that Ecclesiastes was written by Solomon, who was a man of peace, David's son. And we have, I saw that all labor and all achievement spring from man's envy of his neighbor. And we have a quote from Watchman Nee. Envy of another man's calling can work havoc in our own. So don't envy someone's work. In word, we like to think that our motives, at least on occasion, are pure. When we work hard and strive for success, we like to think we're doing so for the sake of our families and our God. But are we? Solomon's observation is all too relevant. Even on our best days, we compare ourselves with others, and much of our motivation for achievement comes from one self-centered impetus, rivalry. When are our ambitions most powerfully fueled? When are our accomplishments the sweetest? When are we most driven to achieve? When a rival is in the picture. We do want to bear fruit for God and to have an abundant life in His name, but there are subtle competitions that propel us further and deeper into our work. There is more than His glory at stake, there is ours. We work not only for the sake of His name, but for the sake of our name. Don't believe it. Consider how often you compare your kids with those of others. Consider how you feel about your own house or neighborhood relative to others. Consider your income and your position. Do we not strive for the best sounding title on our resumes and business cards? When someone asks what we do for a living, we do not cast it in the most impressive terms possible. Who are we trying to impress? It can't be God. He knows what we do and how we do it. He already knows the level of responsibility we have and the income it brings. Is it possible that we try to impress others with our station in life? Solomon says yes. Our strongest motivation often springs from envy. Indeed, the conclusion. Seek to consider only God's favor, no one else's. Force yourself to refrain from trying to impress people with what you've done, what you make, or how well you run your home. Consider yourself first and foremost a child of God, a position for which there is no rivalry. Make a conscious decision that prestige is like the wind, and you will no longer chase after it. Make a conscious decision that prestige is like the wind, and you will no longer chase after it. A lot of times I use the word prestige whenever I go into a different character, joking around on Action Channel 49 News, or, one of my characters, just to have a laugh, But, this is a really good lesson. I tell my girls, life is different for them over there because their parents are on drugs and alcohol, or, their grandma, she allows these things to happen. And, well, I will also say let's pray for them. But, on the same token, I'm not really putting myself in competition with these people, but I want my girls, because I love my babe, my Annie. They see what drugs and alcohol is what took her life. She straightened up in the last year, but they just saw the struggles. If my wife didn't drink like that and take meth, it wouldn't have led to her death like that so quickly. But she made it right before she went. And as for me, hey, I ain't no stranger to it. I was a drinker for 22 years, and, we did meth. I did meth before I met her here and here. Mainly, I was a drunk. If I show up and it was drugs, well, then go ahead and throw them on there, man. Let's go ahead and do them up. But, it's just best that, as much as I thought I liked it, I hate it 1,000 times more. So, I need to quit comparing myself to others that are still doing it. I'll admit, I don't really get onto them, but when they come to the house and try to sling it, I do get onto them. because they have no entry into my home. I'm not going to roll out the red carpet for the devil to come in and, bend my children's ears or to even try to entice me. It ain't happening. But as far as competition, it's I think the meaningless competition that I see is in the church. Best believe the church is divided, and it's really sad, and it does not have to be that way. When I needed backup the most with other believers in the Lord, I saw who was a Christian and who was a child of God. And at Washed-Up Gospel, we know the difference. A Christian will still kill and destroy and go worship the Lord on Sunday and act like a saint. But a child of God is what we have to be to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Don't have meaningless competition. Blessed in your iron warpath.